say you go crazy.
What's the saying say? It's easier to build up children than it is to repair broken men.
Yeah, I got repaired as a child.
Frederick Douglass.
I got repaired as a child. I went into a boys' home at 14 years old. I spent 7 years in some of the most intense group therapy sessions. We was loved, we was nurtured. I got to meet my victim's family. I got to know what it feel like to be forgiven for being a part of taking somebody's life. I got to know God, homie, without my mother dying. I got to know God without being sentenced 20 years in prison. I got to know God on my own because I wanted to be, I didn't want to hurt people. And I didn't want to have something so tragic in my life happen where I have to find God. I want to do it on my own when life was just okay and I can go wrong or right. I wasn't forced to do right, homie. Most niggas is forced to do right. They ain't got no more chances in life where if they fuck up, nah, homie, I wasn't forced to do right. Nigga, I chose to become right. Nobody died. My mother's still alive. I ain't buried a bunch of dead homies. I ain't been shot. I ain't been victimized. Nigga, my life been good. Nigga, I wasn't forced to be right. I really want to be right.
So let's I just want to go back to the 1991, right?
Yeah.
That was a prominent year of your life, correct?
Yeah.
That was the year you got arrested?
September 18, 1991.
Okay, cool. So I was born in 91, right?
Yeah.
And so from there, the next 7 years, you spent where?
In the Texas Youth Commission. I was one of the first children in the state of Texas who failed in a generation of children who began to be sentenced under this juvenile law that was called the Texas Juvenile Determined Sentencing Law, where a kid can be sentenced up to 40 years for committing a violent crime in the state of Texas.
Okay.
I received a 12-year sentence on the capital murder charge.
Okay.
Me and 3 of my friends stole some jackets, some starter jackets out of Foot Locker. Mm-hmm. And in the process of us trying to get away, my 16-year-old friend shot and killed this white man. Mm-hmm. My co-defendant was tried as adults. I was too young to be tried as an adult. My mother was very financially well off, so I had one of the best lawyers in the city, a guy by the name of Carl Mallory. We had a governor at the time by the name of Ann Richards, mm-hmm. who had been battling alcohol and drug addiction, and so she was recovering alcoholic and drug addict. And so a lot of our programs at the time was focused strictly on resocialization and rehabilitation. So I grew up in a system that was like growing up in a perfect home. We was in a maximum security facility, and every kid in there was in there for a violent crime. So capital murder, attempted capital murder, attempted murder, arson, kidnapping, rape, and sexual assault. So everybody had either from minimum 2 up to 40 years. And the ages was from, at that time, it was from 12 to 21. I grew up in a like a gladiator school, homie.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was rocking and rolling. And then it was at the beginning of the gang culture. So the gang culture was emerging and eventually became what it was. But the programs, the culture that they had created was created by 3 psychiatrists and 1 psychologist. It was called a positive peer culture. And so if you look this up, it's a curriculum in a program that was world renowned. I spent 7 years, homie, in an experiment. The world hadn't never saw children who had killed before. So yeah, they brainwashed us, right? So what they were really doing, they were creating some masterminds. What y'all see today in me is what they created. We had to do stuff what they call like a life story, where you would have to fill out paperwork and answer questions as far back as your earliest memory in life. And from your earliest memory all up until the point where you committed this crime, it's some shit in between there that psychiatrists and psychologists break down and show you different cycles that you go through. The thinking errors, the emotional state, the psychological state. So by nature, what they were defining us to become is our own psychiatrists. Being able to identify different stages and emotional stages that you go through, psychological stages that you go through before you commit a crime, different feelings that you feel, different thoughts. You're talking about 7 years. To lock up an adult, it was probably about $20,000 a year to lock up an adult prisoner. But to lock a kid up, you're spending $100,000 or more per child. Our state juvenile system, they spend a lot of money on creating what I became. My last 2 years, I spent traveling around the state of Texas speaking at some of the most prestigious colleges, Texas A&M, University of Texas, Prairie View A&M. They created this. I wasn't ever supposed to become what I became for black people. I was supposed to go get a job somewhere and be something totally different.
Can you tell us how you became such a internet sensation at this point? I remember catching you on Say Cheese about, it was early 2021 or late 2020, somewhere around there. And since then, you know, obviously, you any channel you sit on, any platform you sit on, you blow it up.
Yeah, I learned I learned how to master the algorithm. I learned how to go viral every day. It's all about packaging and presentation, shock and awe. College ain't for everybody, but man, there's some shit you can learn in college, homie. You can use to advance you in just day-to-day life, right? In speech class, I learned the power of shock and awe. Getting before people, and if you're giving a speech, man, your first 2 to 3 minutes, something has to be shocking in there, right? So I've literally done trainings several years back to back for the United States Department of Homeland Security, Human Trafficking Division. And I done pimped before, right? And I teach these government officials that our hoes ain't being forced into prostitution. That's my standpoint, right? But I'm speaking against human trafficking. In order to get their attention, one of the things that I say is, how many of y'all know that 95% of men alive and dead in America have slept with a whore or a prostitute because America has a secret love affair with whores? This is government officials sitting up. They arrest this shit. But I know, and they know they all done bought some pussy before. Shock and awe with the truth. If I was lying, my shock and awe wouldn't go viral. If I was telling one motherfucking lie, homie, wouldn't nobody be care what the fuck I said. But I ain't lying. And the truth hurts. That's why people want to hurt me.
Well, you got a point there. So
it's easy to dismiss a lie. You mean no lying ass nigga? Don't nobody listen to no lying ass nigga. Nobody listen to shit a lying ass nigga got to say. He's dismissed. He's discredited. I haven't been discredited yet. That's why what I say is so effective.
DJ, you go crazy.